All right, hey guys, welcome to Asgard Gaming. This is Fandral once again, bringing some information here on Dawn of Titans. As usual, we're going to go through a little bit of the gameplay, what's happening here, and what are some of the newest changes that's coming with the most recent update. We have seen now a new update added to the relics of the game. So we're going to do an overview of relics. What are those all about? What's included in it? How do you use them? And also taking a look at the newest feature, forging. So the devs have rolled out forging on us, which is a big change. One of the biggest ones I've seen so far because in the past we have had to repair our relics, which means that over time they would lose their ability to do what they do, and you'd have to repair them, kind of get them back in action. But now that's done with. Every relic you have is good indefinitely, but what you can do is level them up. So forging is pretty cool to see. We're going to see what that's all about and learn more about it. So again, as I kind of just get set up here, remember guys, we are Asgard Alliance, so if you're looking for us here, you can find either Asgard or myself, Fandral, in game. The A's, FYI, just a Greek keyboard in case you're searching for us. We are a closed alliance. Right now, we're always looking for active players, though, but we are a quality over quantity. So I prefer to have people kind of message us that they're interested. Again, join up. You can see here we have 105k VP per season requirement, and you have to be active daily. Now, I do go through and I clear my players out daily. So if they're not signed in within a 24-hour period, first, I'll give them an opportunity to drop to our second alliance, which is Midgard, or they can go ahead and just be kicked. Hey, guys, that's what it is. We are in it to win it. But let's go ahead and focus on what's taking place right now. We have Forging. So Forging is the all-new relic ability. So let's get into our relics. Going to go ahead and head over to that little icon to the right and open up our relics. I've got a couple new ones in here in my treasure room. We'll take a peek at that in a moment, but here you're looking at relics. So getting started out, there are different types of relics. So we're going to get an idea of what each one of these are. But starting out, you've got just this default view of all of your relics. They're going to kick off here by default from your highest stars to your lowest stars. But off to the left, you can go ahead and change that from low to high, depending on what you're looking for. And you can also sort out the different types of relics that you have. Before we get into that, though, we're going to go ahead and just run through this list of what is in a relic in general. You've got the name, you've got its level and the star it's worth. You can also see next to its picture up above, you can see its ability that it has. So right now, like Firemane, this one here, I haven't really touched a whole lot yet, but it already offers 34% additional Titan fire damage, which is huge because in this type of relic, that's a pretty big boost out of for what extra damage they can do. But it still has 2 additional abilities that can be unlocked. We'll talk about that in a minute. Next, of course, I can see the ability to forge it, or I can sell it. Not going to be a fool on this one and sell a 4-star, of course, but sometimes you get some that you just don't need, or you'd rather make space for something else. Like me right now, I am maxed out at 200 out of my 200 slots. I'm not going to spend gems on that because I will go through these relics pretty easily. So let's go ahead and just check out what types of relics we have to start out with. Again, choosing up that menu, you've got 3 different categories of relics. And I wonder if the devs are just kind of waiting here because there's still 2 open tiles. Well, we'll see what comes in the future. But let's go ahead and check out the first type of category here, which is our Combat Titans. Now, when we're looking at Combat Titans, these here are going to boost the abilities of Titans in battle and possibly affect those troops around it. So when you're looking at like this one here, Firemane, it is just a straightforward Titan fire damage. But as we kind of go through here and start to pick up things, we might find some of these different rings, like an acid ring or a storm ring or cold ring, where this actually helps the Titan resist additional damage in battle. So here at the acid ring, my Titan will resist poison damage. On the flip side, I can go to my acid blade, and I can actually increase their poison damage. But along with that, you have other types of Titans that can boost troops around them. So like here, and Seal, you're offering my Titan, while they're in battle, the ability to resist against spearmen. So now I'm resisting a specific type of troop in battle. I can also look at some of these helms here. This one actually increases my friendly troops. So the helm is going to help increase my archer's armor by 8%. Now here's the catch to this. When your Titan dies in battle. If it dies in battle, these perks go away. So if your Titan dies, your archer armor is no longer increased by 8%. So you got to take a look at just kind of what's your whole strategy there. If you've got a Titan that might go down pretty easy, you may not want to increase, your friendly troops because that goes away after a bit. You may want to because your troops might have to do a little more legwork. So you've got to really just think about what your strategy is all about. But you then have to start taking a look at, again, what's your troop layout, what's your Titan, how you going about battle. So let's look at some of these other ones. I'll compare, like here you can see this whole new forging factor. What it brought to us is the ability to increase the relics level. So this is all new. Here, of course, going to start out with level 1s no matter what it is, but what you've got to know is a level 1 3-star or a level 1 4-star, they're better than a level 1 2-star or a level 1 1-star. So even though it might be the same level, the stars also increase where it starts out by default, which means that you could max out a 4-star that gives you way more benefits than maxing out a 2-star. So again, consider that both levels and stars and what you're working with. Now here I'll use Backbiter as an example. This one here is pretty close to being maxed out. I recently did some forging on this. This one has got a maxed number 1 ability, which is an additional 22% damage against Grenadiers. The second one is I'm already unlocked it about another stage or 2, which is 20% Titan damage against Goliath, and I'm still working on getting that third one unlocked. Now here's the thing to know when you are forging and trying to unlock these abilities. Use up your 1-star and 2 stars when you're fusing them into the 3 stars. If you start forging a 3-star relic with 3-star relics, it will be more difficult for you to unlock these abilities, and you'll have to start actually using 4 stars to unlock these 3 stars. Now, I'm going to say it's a little hypothetical here, but that's how it worked when we used to repair them. When we wanted to unlock these extra abilities, you wanted to start with your lower stars and progressively work up to repairing with higher stars. I'm going to assume it goes same with forging. Time will tell on how that one goes. But let's also take a look at one of these relics, combat relics that's maxed out. I've got my Great Maul. Let's see. We'll go alphabetical here if I know how to spell some days. Great Maul here is already at level 10. Again, I actually already had this one previously maxed out at levels, so when we switched from repairing to forging, I actually automatically went to level 10, which is pretty cool. Didn't lose anything here. But what's nice is I've got a second 3-star that I could start forging this one and start increasing the levels. So I think I'm going to work on that one with you guys. You can get a chance to see how this starts to work its way up because, hey, if I could have 2 Titans equipped with this, 1 on defense, 1 on offense, it'd be a pretty unstoppable level way to go with those Titans. So before we get into forging, let's go ahead and take a look at some of these other relics, though. We have item relics. Right now, I don't have anything here. In here, you're looking at different types of item relics would be like any backup or stock of troops that you might get or spells you might get. The thing is, though, with some recent updates, those both pretty much automatically go into your inventory. So the number 1 type of item relic you might see here are going to be additional portal stones. Now, I've won a few extra relics in battle. Let's see if some of my newest ones at the end might be a portal stone. Again, haven't had those in a minute, so it'd be nice to maybe stack up on a few since I'm just a little low. But yeah, here we go. So I don't have room for them now, but after I forge one, I'll be able to add these to my inventory of my relics and then use them when I want to. But those are 2 perfect examples of an item relic, which again just basically adds items to your inventory. Let's talk about the next type of relic, though, which is your economy relics. Now, economy relics here are going to help produce higher effectiveness of your kingdom as far as either reducing the cost of what it costs to generate something or increasing the speed at which it's generated. And here you're looking at pretty much 3 different things. You're looking at resources, gold, and food. You're looking at spells, and you're looking at troops. So these relics here for your economy help either increase your production or decrease the time or cost it takes to generate those. So again, we'll use here like the acid tome as an example. Tomes are used for spells. So this one here is going to reduce the cost it takes to make that spell. Warps are going to reduce the amount of time it makes to add that to my inventory. Then we move into warps, which is for troops. These warps decrease the amount of time it takes for that troop to be made. And then we also have levies, which this one here is currently assigned to a building, so I'll show you how that works. But this levy helps reduce the cost. What we also have are these economy ones, like Harrow here, which is a 3-star food production. Again, this is going to increase the amount of food resources that I earn from my farms. I've got a couple of them that are not in use right now. And then we have Matic, which is your 3-star gold production. So this, again, is going to increase the amount of production that my mines put out. Now, again, with levels, starting out, let's see if we got a level 1 that starts out at 10%. A level 4 here is moving up to 13. So if we kind of keep moving by 1% every level, we're going to end up at about 19% gold production if it follows, 1% for one level. But again, you've also, not only just with these stars for the battle ones, your combat ones, you also have stars for your economy relics. So with this, we're looking at moving from 3 stars down to 2 stars, down to 1 stars. But, as you guys get those 3 stars, the best bet is, again, sacrifice your 1 stars to unlock those features first, then start sacrificing your 2 stars. But never sacrifice something that you don't have in a higher star. Like, I don't have a 3-star ice tome. So I would never sacrifice that 2-star because I want to make sure that I can produce my ice tomes on a regular basis. Same thing goes when you're looking at those item relics that, here you can't see the stars, but I can tell that the 2 portal stone image, that is going to be a higher star one, and it's going to probably give me closer to 6 portal stones, where the single one is probably just either a 1-star or 2-star, and that's going to only give me maybe 3 portal stones. So definitely get to know them because there's a lot of strategy in how you use them. But let's go ahead and talk a little bit about forging. And I'm going to do just a little preemptive peek here. I mentioned that I want to work with forging that second Great Maul. So let's go back to combat. Let's see what we've got here. Great Maul, you are... Here, you're still a level 1. Let's see and start planning out what I have to sacrifice. Again, I'm going to start with my lowest ones first. So I actually have a Great Maul. Great. I personally think, and have seen that with other types of strategies, that when you kind of merge 2 of the same type together, it works for Titans, so I assume it works for Relics, that you get a better benefit out of it. May or may not be true, but I know it works with Titans that way, so I like to just kind of always apply that same thing and see if it works. So let's get started. I've already got another 1-star here. Let's see if I could just map out any 2 stars if I decide to use them, where we might go, but I don't think I'm quite ready to use some 2 stars on that Great Maul because, again, I haven't forged it at all, which means that if I start with a 2-star or I already start with another 3-star, my chances of unlocking the other abilities will be decreased. So let's go ahead and get this rolling. Let's see forging in action. Great Maul, here you come. All right, now let's go ahead and forge this bad boy. So again, going to start out with my 1-stars. Let's drop a Great Maul in there. Let's drop the Halberd in here. Again, you're a 1-star, I don't need you. And let's find an extra 2-star in here just to see, will it even increase my ability? We've got some extra... I probably should have sorted you out. Well, not thinking there. Here we go, Svalin. I can turn you into 100% guarantee. You know what, for this, I'm going to take it. So let's go ahead and forge for 11k worth of food. Again, primarily focused on the 1-stars. Got that extra 2-star in there, so that little mix and match will still be helpful. Your level, 100% forge success. If we go ahead and move forward with this, my abilities have been improved, so my Titan damage against Goliath is increased. And that's great. So I didn't unlock the second portion of it, that second ability. But if we take a look at where that first one is, again, let's go ahead and sort this out by combat and work our way from the top down. We should now see that increase. Now with it, I will probably not see that second ability unlock until the first one is maxed. So we've got 3 slots open. Let's go ahead and collect a few more relics from that... treasure box there, and let's go ahead and try forging it again. Let's see what we've got. And if we find that Great Maul one more time. Let's push the envelope. Let's forge it one more time, guys. Again, we're going to go ahead and switch over to our 1-star relics. Got a Halberd again. Got a Soul Thirst I'll get rid of. Notice now that my forge chance has gone down. So as you work your way up, this goes down. When I recently maxed out my other Great Maul, I was only at about a 69% for forge success. Fortunately, I hit it, and I was able to max that bad boy out, so that's all good. I've got those two, but you know what? I know in here I do also have a pickaxe that I'm just not going to use. Again, it's another 2-star, but I'll go ahead and drop that on there. That's a 94% chance. Ooh, can I get it to 100? Look at that. Even with another 2-star, I can't get it to 100. So notice how that chance goes down, but that's a pretty good chance of success rate. If I didn't hit it, damn, that sucks. But let's go ahead and forge you. All right, behind door number 1 of this forge, we have a success. All right, go 94%. The ability has been approved for Titan damage against Goliath, so that's good. If we went back and checked this one out, let's see if we have maxed it out yet. I'm going to go ahead and just narrow this down to my combat one more time. Not going to filter through those economy ones. All right. Great Maul, you're at 18%. Let's see, you're going to max out at 22, so I probably still have a couple more forges to go, maybe 1, maybe 2 more, and I'll start working my way to unlocking. But again, my goal is work my way through as many 1-star relics that I can first until that percentage only really jumps up with 2 stars. So don't start tacking on 2 stars when you don't need them. Don't tack on 3 stars for forging when you don't need them. Start with your 1 stars, guys. Be smart about this. There's a lot of strategy involved, not just in the game, but in how you work with relics. So 197, let's go ahead and just fill back up on some of these. And you know what, guys? I will pull in. I've got room for those 2 portal stones. Let's go ahead and pick those up so you can see how those look in your item relic inventory. Collect the first one. Collect the second one. Don't normally pull them from the end, but I want you to see again that item. So here we go. We've got the 1-star portal stones. This here is most likely going to give me about 3 portal stones, and the 2-star portal stones will give me about 6. So that's pretty much what I can count on with those just from use in the past, but I'll use them after I already naturally build up some more portal stones. So let's talk about how you actually put these relics into play in the game. All right, we've got these. Now what we need to do is go ahead and put them into play in the different areas. So let's start out with economy relics. You've got farms on the left, mines on the right. So when you open up and select one of these mines, you're going to see in that right-hand corner where that relic can go. Now, if you don't have one in here, if I just take that off real quick, you're going to see the plus sign. If you see a lock there, that means either A, you have not leveled up to be able to add relics to it, or B, you don't have any relics that can be applied. So keep that in mind. Since we get the plus sign, I know I can do it. Take a look at the production, though. Let's see what these relics do. 625. Now, I could level this up and get an extra 135 gold production per hour, but if we go ahead and add on that 4-level Matic, apply that, look at that, there we go. This is going to bump up to 706. So using these relics increase that production of your castle. Same thing goes when you're looking at your farms. If I open up one of these farms here, we have Harrow that's equipped. I don't think I have a better level one, so I'm going to go ahead and keep that one going. But since I do have some spares, because look at this, all of my farms do have a Harrow already on them. Those spare ones, I'm going to go ahead and start working them into it. But since they're 3-star, I'm going to work on putting some plows or some other 1 or 2-star relics into it. But now I know I have... I've got 2 plows that I know I can use, and I have 2 additional Harrows. So when I get ready to use 3-star relics for my forging, I know I've got some to spare because I'm not going to need a single more Harrow than that. I have enough than what I need. So the rest of those will progressively be just fuel for forging. All right, forge on. Let's take a look at the other type of relic. We have the economy for spells. So looking at your spell forge here, working with this, again, we can add the plus sign, and I usually add these on when I'm ready to build them. I don't keep them assigned all the time, so choose what I need to do. My tomes are pretty much by default what I'm focusing on because I'm usually never in a rush to get a few extra spells built. But if you're in the midst of a nice heated exchange between you and another player, those warps come in handy to quickly turn out some of these resources for you. But again, I can equip one of these tomes, put that on there. So now when I enter in here, if we take a look, that was a fire tome. It costs now, with the reduction, 7,291. If I were to take that fire tome off, deselect that, let me show you that difference. So it saves me about 600 gold. It's not huge, but you know what? As this thing levels up, it probably will save me at least a decent chunk that can maybe help me out in the long run when making either upgrades or more spells out of it. So they're not huge, but they are helpful. So let's check out one of the other types of economy relics, which is on the barracks. Now, 2 of these I have auto-assigned. My first barrack here has the Club Levy on it to help reduce the cost of Goliaths, because I'm turning these out on the regular to help reinforce my teammates. So they're always getting a ton of Goliaths from me. Same thing goes, I got the warps that I can use to reduce the production time. My second barrack here, I keep this bomb levy on because I'm producing grenadiers, because they are one of my #1 troops I use in battle. And my third barrack, I use this one to toggle, so I can add my relic and I can either choose a warp if I need them in a rush, but I rarely do, but I always like to have them handy. Or I can go ahead and go to one of these levies and choose whichever type of troop I need to make, whether it be Panthers, whether it be pikemen, whether it be spearmen, whether it be militia or archers. Now, one thing again, because forging is brand new, you can see I've got a few duplicates, which means that some of these extra spear levies will be used as fuel to level up my highest one that I have now at level 2. So eventually that will push on. So let's take a look here. That's a bit on those economy relics. Let me show you how to use some of these battle relics. And what we need to do then is go ahead and get into a battle with somebody. Now, Elysium, whew, you've been hitting me. My garrison too. Not too bad. Let's go ahead and do a revenge. All right, let's take a look at a little bit of strategy. You are bubbled right now. Whew, that sucks because you're worth 7,800 in VP. It's going to be hard to replace you, but if that's what you do, you like to hide behind bubbles, guys, you know how I feel about that one. So let's take a look at who else. No, don't want to chat right now. Let's go ahead and go into this. You have been my most recent Raider Nation. Al Sahim. All right. All right, Al. Let's see what you've got. Level 14s, level 40 Titan, 104,000, 5,900 VP. For that defense, that's pretty good VP. I might have to pay some people around you a visit. Let's see what they've got. Not that it's pretty steep defense for the type of VP they have. But you know what, guys? I think I might go ahead and roll the dice on this one. And let's see. 107. You're pretty much all Titan in here, to be honest. You don't have any relics on them. Whew. What? Guys, this is a foolish move. You have a level 40, I believe that's Durat, and you've got no relics on there. He should have a fire main. He should have, these fire stones or whatever it is, bows and shit to do this extra damage. He's got nothing. So you know what? Let's take him on. We're going to go ahead and raid him, pull up that 5,900 VP, and let's look at how we equip these types of battle relics. Now, this is one way, combat relics here, of going into your Titan and actually choosing your relics here of what you want to attach. Now, I already have mine because I'm going up against quite a few of his Goliaths for sure. And his pikemen. Goliaths are my biggest thing that I love my relic selection because look at this. We've got 20% damage against Goliaths here. And with Great Maul, we've got an additional 22%. So Karn here is going to have a pretty good time with those. My biggest thing I've got to worry about is just how to keep Durat at bay since he is a pretty big defense. So my biggest thing for him is going to be I'm going to throw a shield for Karn, and I'm going to drop a couple of spells in there to help hold him back. Throw in just a little bit of some meat fodder, the spearmen to be able to take some abuse if need be, or sprint around for some spells. And let's stack up my troops. Now, for a couple of Goliaths, I'm going to do smash and grab as well. I'm going to throw in 3 Goliaths and a couple of Grenadiers. Let them do their work. So I've got a 47,000 split between being in his favor. Whew. All right. Let's dry these palms off and let's get to work on this. So you can see these relics in action and how they really help Karn do some damage against this stuff. So let's go ahead and battle this out. So let's take a look at the map we're going into here. Since we're taking on a castle, I know we're going to be battling right here in that portal zone. Pikemen. One thing I can usually count on. Those pikemen are going to split to the back and help cover those ranged units. So I'm going to let these other troops come to me. Let the Panthers come to me, and I'm going to let Durat come to me. So I'm going to stack my my offense here. Heavy to the left. Because those pikemen, I doubt they're coming for me right off the get-go. And if they do, one thing I'll do is I'll drop some spearmen into the center and let them kind of slow them down for a minute. I'm not going to set my guys actually up to take anyone on, but I'm going to be ready for it. Let's go ahead and fight and let them come to me a bit. So, oh, that's pikemen. They certainly are actually coming my way this time. And you know what? That's all right. Panthers are down. Pikemen, let's go ahead and get you taken care of a bit here with my Grenadiers. Those are usually my biggest concern with working on any one of these types of offenses is those. Pikes can certainly do some damage to it. So, all right, here comes Durat. Put some of those Grenadiers away. All right, Durat, you're going to put him down one sleigh. That's cool. I got your number, though. All right, guys. Let's get to work here. Get rid of those last of those Grenadiers. Let's put Durat down. Let's freeze him up one more time. Keep working him out. I'll prep this last freeze for him because he will need it as long as he doesn't get that swing away. He's getting ready to come out of there. And one last time. All right, guys. After Durat's down, this is pretty much... I don't want to get a little confident here, but this is going to be pretty much in the bag. There goes Durat. Let's go ahead and take care of these Goliaths. Again, look at Karn here. On the Goliath. These guys are a little bit upper level, but, I mean, it's about 2 swings, and they're down. So let's go ahead and just keep having these Grenadiers bombing these Goliaths. And Karn's going to make himself a nice, cozy little bed of Goliaths down here, guys. Biggest thing I got to just watch for is that these Goliaths and how slow they are is, you know, time. That's the one thing with these battles. You got to pay attention to your clock because, yeah, you might be able to take the troops on, but if it takes a while to put them down, that time can run out. And that kind of sucks when you know you've got it pretty much in the bag, but now you're down to final seconds. So there's a nice free spell. Let's go ahead and get this extra Goliath here. Let's get him out and have him come over here to collect a spell for me. If he can't get to it, if he might get put down, we'll go ahead and send some spearmen for it. But again, Karn with that extra Goliath damage. I mean, these guys are, man, they're just dirt napping it. Boom. So what were these guys here? Level 14. Takes about 3 swings. Put down about a level 10, 11 troops with a single swing. Even these level 12 Goliaths, I can put down usually in a pretty good single swing. I got 2 left. These guys, you guys can hold up. You guys can just watch. Grenadiers, you and Karn, let's finish this out. So guys, you can see using these relics in your combat for your raids and battles, they really are helpful. I mean, the freeze, of course, help. So spells are one thing. We'll talk about those during another video. But these relics, boom. Yeah, that looks comfortable, Karn. Take a nap. You deserved it. So, guys, there you go. You can see these relics can really help with these battles. Victory. Let's see what we've got. So here's another one of those item relics. But these spells, they automatically go to my spell inventory. So I don't have to collect them from that relic treasure room. A lot of work just for about almost 6,000 VP, but hey, that's a pretty good raid. It's a win in my book, so I'll stack up that XP and let's keep rolling on. I'm not going to heal these Goliaths. I'm not worried about it because I've got enough food to go ahead and replace them, especially with those cost reduction relics. So relics, you can see, really help out with a lot of strategy behind the game. Really got to pay attention to that. Looks like some people need some re-ins. So on that note, guys, you've seen relics, you've seen economy, item, and you've also seen these combat relics in action now. Pay attention to that forging. Again, make sure you start small. Use your 1 stars as fuel. When that percentage starts to go down heavily, switch to your 2 stars, then to your 3 stars. Really keep in mind what you've got. Use that forge to your advantage. It's a sweet new addition to the game, guys. Again, if you're looking for us, you can find us here, Asgard and Dawn of Titans. You can also connect with me through the Line app at DOTFangel is my Line ID. And you can get a hold of us there. Please subscribe to the channel and keep checking out for more videos. Good raiding to you all, guys.